Jeffrey Jackson was my classmate, but that day he was also our self-appointed coach. And his face was beet red, which was remarkable considering he was a dark-skinned black guy. And he's screaming at me, "Run it out! Run it out!" Now, as I wipe spittle from my face, I ask him, "What are you talking about?" Then Jeffrey Jackson says something to me I will never forget. He says, "You always run it out because you never know what's going to happen. The other team could drop the ball." He was right, wasn't he? But he was right not only about softball, but also about life. Because really the greater meaning of what he said is, if something is truly worthwhile to you, you should stick with it all the way to the end, even when things look bleak. There are so many times in my life I wish I had listened to Jeffrey Jackson's wise words. For instance, a few years after that game, I decided that I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. I wanted to be a bad guitar man. So I go and I purchase guitar lessons. And after only 2 lessons, the teacher said that I had real potential. But around that same time, I met a girl who, by the way, was so fine. And she also said that I had real potential. So we started dating, and all of a sudden, I no longer had time for guitar lessons. I stopped. I wish I had run it out because the girl is long gone and I still can't play the guitar. Recently, I watched a sublime example of someone running it out. My girlfriend, Denise, who, by the way, is so fine. She and her sister provided this splendid example. Back in 2014, Denise's mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Now Denise, along with her sister, Devon, they decided that they weren't going to put their mom into a nursing home, but they were going to take care of her in her own home. Now Denise works a demanding full-time job. And her sister is married with 2 teenage girls, and she also works a full-time job. So juggling their busy schedules was not going to be easy. But I marveled as I watched them coordinate their schedules where they would take turns to bring mom to different doctor's appointments, do her shopping, and take care of all her other needs. And even though mom's Alzheimer's was progressing to the point where she became easily confused, she was never confused about how much her daughters loved her. Then in March, mom suffered a devastating stroke. She was hospitalized, and then later she was transferred into hospice. For over 2 months, rarely a day went by without either Denise or Devon being by their mother's bedside. Then this past May, Denise received that dreaded but expected phone call. Mom died. But Denise and Devon both can look back at that arduous journey with pride because they beautifully ran it out. They took care of their mother right to the end. It's been said that this world has many starters, but very few finishers. Which one are you? We all have things that we've started that we wish we finished, right? But right now, is there something that you started that you still feel you need to finish? Well, whatever it is, run it out. If it means going back to school, run it out. If it means restarting that diet again for the 5th time, run it out, finish it. And when things start to get tough, which they usually do, please remember the wise words of my classmate, Jeffrey Jackson. He said, you always run it out because you never know what's going to happen. The other team could drop the ball. We're not judged by the things that we start. but we are judged by what we finish.
Mm-hmm.
So if something is truly worthwhile to you, always run it out. Toastmasters.